All right, everyone. Welcome back to the land of Chem. I am your host and the author. My name is Jeffrey Drum. Thank you all so much for joining me again. All right, everyone, welcome back to a very special episode, Living in Egypt Part 3, the saga of my Egyptian street cat family. And today I'm going to present some photos and some videos of what started with one cat sleeping outside of my door and has turned into 7 kittens and 5 grown cats. If you love cats and you're interested in the function of the Egyptian pyramids, this is the channel for you. So please subscribe to the Land of Chem here on YouTube. Click that little notification bell, like, comment, and stay tuned. If you want to help support the channel and help me feed all these cats, just check out thelandofchem.com. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is @thelandofchem. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is it for today's intro. So without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, everyone, here we go with tonight's episode. So this is cat number 1 of my Egyptian street cat family. When I arrived in Egypt, I noticed that this cat lived inside of my building, and after petting it a few times, she started sleeping outside of my door every single night. So I got her some flea medication, some dewormer, bought her a little cat mat, and started feeding her outside of my door. And I named her Kermit the cat, and I call her Kermie. All good, one cat, and she basically goes around the building door to door getting fed by everyone. So no big deal. And here's a video of Miss Kermit the cat. And this little one here, this is Kermit the cat. And she usually sleeps right outside my door. She hasn't had breakfast yet this morning, and Kermit. You want some breakfast? And that's great. Grace right there. Come up the stairs. Grace. Psst. Say hi to the people. And then one morning, after about a month of living in Egypt at the end of April, I went downstairs and I heard some meowing and looked over into this area near my apartment and found these 2 little kittens. And there's some construction underway on the first floor of my apartment, and the mother cat found this little nest area where she was nursing her 2 new babies. I noticed that they both had some minor eye issues, as kittens usually do, so I got them some medicated eye drops and just made sure that they were clean and safe in this little nest area. Everything was fine, nothing much for me to do, just put in some eye drops every day and make sure that they were safe and taken care of, and they were being regularly nursed by the mother. All good. So here is a picture of Mila and Nieva. So I cleaned up all the trash and sacrificed one of my favorite sheets to make them a comfortable, clean nest area where they would be safe, nurse, and start growing up, and here they are snuggled at the back of the nest area here. And of course, having the giant soft spot for cats that I do, I got them some more little cat beds. And this is the mother cat here, Sarah, who I also started feeding, along with the 4 other grown cats that live outside my building, just to make sure that they were all taken care of. Okay, so now 5 grown cats and 2 kittens. All good, still nothing much for me to do other than give them some eye drops, feed them, and make sure that they were all safe. Easy enough. And everything was fine for a little bit. They were just hanging out and doing their little kitten thing here in the safe, clean nest on their little cat beds. Again, this one is Nieva, and this one is little Mila. And they were just hanging out, being sisters. And then one night, I was down there feeding them, and I noticed a small cardboard box and heard some more meowing. Apparently, some piece of human garbage left this little guy here, the white one, in a box in the trash, and he was found by one of the security guards near the villa next to my apartment. And they brought the box over to the nest because they knew I was caring for the other cats here. He was covered in shit, both eyes completely sealed shut, and was basically starving to death. So I got him all cleaned up, started with the regimen of the medicated eye drops, and was bottle feeding him to nurse him back to health, praying that the mother cat would accept him into the litter. And so you can see this little guy not doing so well during his first couple of days. The bottle feeding went on for a few days, and the mother still was not having it, but you could see all three of them snuggled up here. And one morning, I had purchased a brand new bottle system and some fancy cat formula, prepared and disinfected the whole deal to go downstairs and feed this little guy. And I noticed that he was rooting around the mother's belly area to try and nurse. So I scooped him up, put him in the right position, and he latched right on. And Sarah, the mother cat here, started sniffing him, and after a few tense moments, she started to clean him, and I knew that he was accepted into the litter. It was a truly heartwarming moment that I captured on film, and I'll put in a clip of that now. So little Sammy, or Sam, named after my white and orange cat that I had to leave back in the US, was now a part of the little family, and everything was good. No more bottle feeding and smooth sailing. 5 grown cats, 3 little kittens. Okay, cool. At least I didn't have to bottle feed anymore. Okay, no problem. And just look at his face. This is a picture of tiny little Sam. And he was struggling, to say the least. He literally would have been dead in a cardboard box in the trash if I hadn't saved him. Not to mention, he was much smaller than the other 2 kittens, so he was fighting to get space while nursing and definitely not getting as many calories. So I was feeding him soft food and giving him just as much extra attention as I possibly could, and he has made the most amazing comeback and transformation, as you will see in just a little bit. And here is a video of his first drink of water. And the cats were all just growing up, becoming a little cat family down in the nest. Here is little Nieva. Here's little Sammy and Mila. Sammy and Mila just hanging out. And he was such a tiny little nugget. And at this point, they had started to escape the safety of the nest area, and they were exploring around and also starting to eat crunchy food. Nothing I could do to try and keep them in the nest, and I accepted that they would roam free as they desired and live their little street cat lives to the fullest. And I would just provide the food and water to give them the absolute best chance possible. Little Sammy being absolutely adorable. And here is Miss Nieva and Mila laying around in the sun. And this is a little partition area between the nest back here and the walkway into my apartment building, where they like to hang out in the garden amongst the plants, and this is where I put all of their food and water. And little Mila here taking a cat nap in the sun. And they were just doing their little street cat thing, hanging out and becoming a family, taking naps in the flower pots. So now it was 5 big cats, 3 kittens, no problem. At least I didn't have to bottle feed anyone anymore. And here's another video of them just getting a little bigger and getting some affection.
out of here. Stop trying to climb in my shorts.
And then, maybe a week or so later, I was down there feeding them one night and I heard another kitten just wailing away. And after searching for a while, I found this little guy back here. And after bribing him out with some food from underneath a car, I took care of his eye issues with the medicated drops, gave him some soft food, added him into the nest, and pretty much right away he was accepted into the family, as I'm pretty sure he is the biological sibling of little Sam here. So all good, 4 kittens now, and this one's name is Max, named for Mad Max because he is an absolutely wild little kitten. And then I got back from dinner a few days later, and this little guy had arrived. He was found abandoned by one of the security guards and brought to the nest area for my care, and his right eye was completely covered with a huge, bulging, solid black mass of pus-filled scabs, which I knew was going to be my responsibility to deal with. So I gave him some wet food, put him in the nest for the night, and the next morning I gathered all of my supplies to clean out his eye, and after a very messy procedure, I got everything cleaned up and disinfected with the eye drops, and I think this was the morning after I had removed everything, looking so much better than it did originally. I know it didn't look great, but you can just imagine what was covering up his whole eye here. His right eye was already completely useless at this point, and I'm pretty sure he's blind in this right eye, but he doesn't know the difference. A super happy little cat, and everything was cleaned up and everything was all good. He was in the safety of the nest along with the other misfit cats, and his name is Little Blueberry, or Blue for short. And thankfully, these two, Blueberry and Max, latched on to the nursing process fairly quickly. This is a picture when I happened to see Sarah nursing the other 3 one day, and I scooped up Max and Blue, put them into place, and they latched on quickly without her noticing too much. And as soon as she started smelling and cleaning them, I knew everything was good and they were now accepted into the bunch. Okay, so all good now. 5 kittens and 5 grown cats. Smooth sailing. And here is the tiny little kitten family, all sleeping together one night in the bushes. Then maybe a few days or a week later, one of the building porters calls me over to the villa next door where they had trapped another abandoned kitten in a box. So I went over there, got the box, cleaned him up, treated his eyes, gave him some soft food, and added him to the nest. And you can see this little guy here, and his name is Opie. And he was also fairly quickly accepted into the little kitten family, as you can see here, him snuggled up with little Sammy. Now we were up to 6 kittens, 5 cats. But this is not the end of my kitten saga, but I'll let you see the rest in some video, and I really hope you enjoy.
All right, Sabal Nur. Good morning, everyone. And here's a quick introduction to my little Egyptian street cat family. All right, so let's start, and this is, before he runs away, this is little Opie, little black cat. This one was found in the villa. Come here. Handsome little boy. In the villa next door to my apartment. And it's difficult to get all 7 of these cats. Come here, buddy. But beautiful little black boy. That's Opie. And these 2 here, this one and this one, this is Mila and this is Nieva. And these are the 2 original kittens of the mother cat. And she has run away at the moment, but I'm sure she's not too far away. Her name is Sarah. So Mila and Nieva, the first 2 cats of the litter and the original ones of the mother. the next one that was added to the group is this little guy here. This little fur ball. With his head buried in the food. So hi to the people. This is Sam. And he's my little buddy. And some fucking asshole, he was found in a box, a tiny little box, in the trash can, covered in shit. And the guards heard him meowing in the little box, and they brought him over here because they knew that he would be cared for and fed and loved. So I cleaned all the shit off of him. I started to bottle feed him, and then finally he was gradually accepted by the mother as a part of the litter. And I'll put in a video of the first time I saw her nursing him, and it was one of the sweetest little moments that I've ever seen. And this one down here making all the noise, this is Hairdo. Say hi, Hairdo. This cat is so freaking loud, and I call him Hairdo because he lives in the salon over here on the corner of my building. And then the next one was little Max, this guy here, which I'm pretty sure is the brother of Sam. And Max was underneath a car out in the little alleyway near my apartment, making a whole bunch of noise. So I went and bribed him out with some food and brought him over here. There's Opie again. And this is Grace. Grace, say good morning to the people. This is Grace. So I bribed little Max out with some food, and he was also gradually accepted as part of the litter. And there they go, doing their little street cat thing. That's Nieva, and that one is Max. And they love playing in the bushes over here. And then this little guy, Opie, come here. Let's see if I can get Opie over here. Oh, there's Opie. Oh, scrambly little boy. Come here. Say hi. So handsome. And then this little guy was also brought over here by the security guards. They found him, who knows where, and they brought him over here because you can see here, this is Blue, and he only has one eyeball. Well, he has two eyeballs, but this one over here, there ain't nothing going on in there. And when he was brought to me, that whole right eyeball was covered with a huge black mass of scab and pus, and I knew it was going to be my responsibility to get all that cleaned up, and some disinfectant eye drops, because it's a pretty common thing for little kittens to have eye issues. So again, I fed them some wet food. They all got wet food their first night with me. We got some water. They got put into a little nest back here. And the next morning I came down and I had a wet compress, wet cloth, some disinfectant eye drops. They're all playing in the bushes there. That's Nieva, my big girl. So pretty. And I cleaned the black mass off of little Blueberry's eyeball. There he is, all playing in the bushes here. Say good morning to the people. It's Max. And my little dude, Sammy. Yeah. And he was quite the little runt. Over the past week, he has definitely grown. Hey, pull your head out of the food bowl there for 2 seconds. Say hi to the people. There we go. So handsome. So these were the 6. And make sure not to step on this little guy. So this is Grace, one of the big girls. This is Hairdo. Say hi, Hairdo. Hey. And this one here is Gumby, which only recently have I been able to pet this cat. Never let me pet him before, but only recently we kind of became friends and let me pet him a little bit. And this here is Mama Cat. Hey, Grace. Hey, Gracie. Gracie. Good mama. And there wasn't an 8th cat, so there's 7 now. I'll show you the number 7. This is little Jean Grey, another one that just showed up one night, brought over here by brought to me by God, but somebody just brought her over here. And you can see she's still got some sinus issues. She got boogies all over. She loves pets. And she will crawl all over me. And there was an 8th one. Sweet little Ginger. And this was just a little kitten. And I was bottle feeding her for like the past 2 weeks. And I came down here one morning and she was just gone. You know, these are street cats. And I live in a very busy alleyway where there's a lot of traffic. And there's also a lot of people that come back here, so I have a feeling she may have, if something bad happened, one of the security guards would have notified me and, you know, told me that she got run over or something like that. But I have a feeling she got picked up and she wandered. She was impossible to control. And this little cat probably wandered out into the middle of the street somewhere. And somebody saw her and picked her up, and now she's got a forever home somewhere. There's a good mama right there. And this is, so there were 8 total little kittens that I've been caring for here. And when I see her, I'll show you little Kermit as well. Kermit the cat, which is the one that sleeps by my door. But she's not around here this morning. And this is little Jean. Technically the 8th one of the bunch, but there's only 7 left. And I've done my best to... There's a little Blueberry. Blue! And this Jean, she loves pets. And she will crawl all the way up my shirt, and I don't know what she's trying to reach, but she'll crawl all the way on me. And it'll grow me, clean your nose off too. So I've been doing my best to care for these little guys. Just see him over there cleaning himself off. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to, it's early in the morning and I look tired, but I wanted to introduce you to my little Egyptian street cat family that I've been caring for. And this is part of the day in the life living here in Egypt. Alhamdulillah, because I'm very grateful to God for bringing these little animals into my life, because I love caring for cats. And I'm just very fortunate that I have the opportunity to give them the best little cat life possible, or at least the chance at the best little cat life, because most of these cats would be dead already. Sam definitely would be in a box in the trash somewhere. And most of these cats would also be dead had they not been fed and cared for and had their little eye infections treated and all this other stuff. So, and this one little here is trying to crawl into my shorts. Little Jean Grey. Yeah, he loves her daddy. Whoa. Alright, dude. Good done. Anyway, so now it's time to get back upstairs, get to work. There's videos to make and books to write, so Yalavina. Sam, Sammy, Sam, Max, Nieva, Opie, Jean, Mila, Blueberry. Hi. Hi, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at this little guy. And little Jean. And Opie, let me see your face, buddy. Come here. Come here. And Hairdo. And Sarah. And Gumby. And Kermit. His butthole.
All right, everyone, just a quick reminder that if you want to support the channel and help me feed all these cats, there's a ton of ways to do so at thelandofchem.com. I have the 6th Degree logo t-shirt, the 5th Degree logo t-shirt, the new 2nd edition Egyptian blue version of the Land of Chem book, extremely rare signed copies of the 1st edition Purple Orchid paper print, now available at the website. So if you want to show some love to me and all these Egyptian street cats, just check out thelandofchem.com. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for the support. All right, everyone, that is it for today's video. This was Living in Egypt, Part 3, the saga of my Egyptian street cat family. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And in the next episode in the series, we will be returning to our regularly scheduled content, Sunday Site Visit 19. If this is the type of content you're interested in regarding the function of the Egyptian pyramids, please subscribe to the Land of Chem here on YouTube. Click that little notification bell. Like, comment, and stay tuned. If you want to help support the channel and help me feed all of these cats, just check out thelandofchem.com. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is @thelandofchem. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is it for today's episode. So I will see you next time.
Yo, are you still watching this? Please subscribe to the Land of Chem here on YouTube and click that little notification button. New videos coming out every single week. And check out this other episode. Come on, do it. Do it now.